I want to talk about the blade. And I know you're probably saying the blade. Yes, the blade. In Mark, the 4th chapter, the 28th verse, and I'm going to read it. It says this: "For the earth bringeth forth of herself. For the earth bringeth forth fruit of herself. First the blade, then the ear. After that, the full corn in the ear." And the process that I want to talk about first is the blade. Why the blade? Because the blade is the genesis of the process. And the genesis is the beginning stage of everything that God begins us in. Everything has a beginning, everything has a middle point, and everything has an ending. And when God has given us something to do according to his purpose, he always starts at the beginning, even though he has shown us the end from the beginning. And without going through the beginning, and if we don't complete everything in the beginning stage, which is the blade, everything else will be in error. So if I'm in the beginning of anything, I can't stop in midstream and move forward to the second stage. I have to complete everything and bring it to full term. A lot of times we don't bring things to full term. We stop in midstream before we are mature enough to carry it on to the second stage. So the blade is the beginning point where everything begins to grow, everything begins to come clearer, everything begins to manifest and be revealed. But if I get out of my beginning stage, I will begin to cause a disruption in the next two stages. So the beginning is everything. That's why the scripture says this: never despise small beginnings. Because just because it's a small thing does not mean it's not a great thing. Everything starts small. Everything starts in the beginning. And so it's very important that whatever we are pursuing, that we complete the first stage, which is the blade. Because if you don't complete the first stage, you won't accomplish the other stages. You would abort. You will self-sabotage everything else that you've been pursuing. So I want to encourage you on today. Stick with it in the blade, which is the genesis, which is the beginning stage, and go through it full term. Don't jump out of it too soon. Don't let others persuade you to stop in the middle of what God is molding you in, because a lot of the times what God is dealing with us more than anything is our character, is our integrity, what type of person you are. Are you faithful? Are you committed? Are you really loyal to everything that God has already connected you to? And a lot of times we break away from those things and we begin to do our own thing, but we calling it God. But I didn't complete the first stage, which is the blade. So the blade is very important. A lot of times we don't look at it that way, but take a seed, for instance. When you put a seed in the earth, if that seed was to jump out of the earth before it began to take root, it would die. So the same thing can happen to us. If we jump out of something too soon, too early, we would abort everything that God has placed in us to be successful in. So a lot of times in the blade stage, we need some deliverance. We need some healing. We need to get over some things. We need a level of maturity and come out of those levels of immaturity. But when we have idols in our heart, they keep us bound and keep us connected to things that contaminate us. So one of the things we need to do in the blade stage is to seek healing, is to seek deliverance, and to seek the face of God so that we can understand who we are. Because without the blade stage, I don't know my identity. Isn't it amazing how a lot of people jump out of that? They don't have an identity yet, but they're trying to function into something else, which begins to carry them into the second stage. So I just want to encourage you on today. Remain steadfast. Keep your mind set up on things above and not on things in the earth. And continue to pursue the vision that God has given you. Because a vision is the very thing that will help to mold you. It would help to condition you. A lot of times we don't have condition. We need to be conditioned to go for the long haul, to carry it out full term. So I just want to encourage everyone that's been listening and hearing this, that stay in your blade stage and do not get out of it too soon.